The PS5 Pro was just announced and things are quite... I don't want to push much on this topic, it's not my type, but I have some opinions and some questions. So far, seems to be the snake eating its own tail. The PS5 Lie. When the PS5 launched back in 2020, Sony told us the PS5 is the big thing, and they said there will be 8K. This was clearly stated on PS5 box and I paid for that. Where is the 8K now? Can I play in 8K? They later removed the 8K symbol from their box, but why? What's the matter, Sony? What's up? My PS5 is the most powerful console in the world. I own the best console who outputs 8K. The PS5 PRO Price. The PS4 Pro was released back in 2016 for just $399 in the US. Now the PS5 Pro is released for $700, which is almost $300 more expensive. Okay, I get it. The PS5 Pro is the new big thing. It's the ultimate, most powerful, outrageous, incredible, magnificent console of all galaxy, universe and beyond. But wasn't the PS4 Pro the same thing at its time? Was the PS4 Pro just an ordinary average console? According to inflation, $399 from November 2016 would be around $519 today. Then why am I supposed to pay $700 for the Pro console? Once more, the Pro version of PS5 is the best of them all. But wasn't the PS4 Pro the best of them all at its time? What's up with the price? No disk drive included. Well, I get it. Collecting the games, it's so outdated. We're living in the clouds today. Everything is online and who bothers to get dirty hands on a plastic disc? Oh, fingerprints are so gross. But am I a pro without having a disk drive? Let's suppose I don't even use it. My boy, at $700 I want to have the disk drive there by default. Not to spend my time and my money by attaching it later. So after spending $700 on a console without this drive, then I pay another $80 just to play my old physical library from PS4. Sounds really pro. I really feel like a pro now. PS5 is bad. On PS5 Pro technical presentation hosted by Mark Turney. Around minute 2, Sony tells how difficult it was for us to choose between fidelity mode and performance mode, just like we were trapped. At minute 2 and 26 seconds, he tells us even if on PS5 fidelity mode looks great, the game runs at only 30 frames per second. Once more, he told us at only 30 frames per second. Sony tries to tell me my console is not good enough. After all the hype around the most magnificent PS5 who smashed the Xbox and everything else, runs at only 30 frames per second? It's not like I didn't know that, but it's about how they tell me this. When they firstly advertised fidelity and performance modes, they never told at only 30 frames. And after those two options were something great, now it's just at only 30 frames. And he said, the videos can be choppier and the control less responsive. Oh my god, you mean after I paid almost $500 on this console, now the game looks choppier and my control is less responsive? Really? Is that what you wanna say? At minute 4 and 20 seconds, he tells us once more. The Last of Us on fidelity mode runs at only 30 frames per second, which is therefore much choppier. Okay, I get it. I actually got scammed. I paid for a poor console and now the only way to enjoy a 5-year-old game is to pay $700 for the PS5 Pro. You've got me. At minute 4 and 40 seconds, Sony tells me now I can finally play Ratchet & Clank as it should, saying we can see on PS5 Pro is close to doubling the power of PS5, which kinda means my PS5 is garbage. At minute 5, Sony tells me PS5 Pro is much sharper and crispier than PS5, and showing us once more a scene from Ratchet & Clank, a 4 years old game initially released with the launch of PS5. Which actually means until now everything was a lie. PS5 was no big deal and we had to wait 4 years to play such games properly. The fact Sony is permanently telling me the PS5 Pro is a lot better than PS5 doesn't convince me the PS5 Pro is such a great console, but rather convince me the original PS5 is so poor. Throwing stones to your previous release doesn't sound like a smart marketing to me. Around minute 6 and 50 seconds it tells us this is the most powerful console, which is fair, but that's coming after telling us the PS5 runs at only 30 FPS with video looking choppier and the control less responsive. My final thought. Well, now I have to pay $700 for the console and $80 for the disk drive to play games released 4 or 5 years ago, just because my PS5 is garbage, and this is how I should have always enjoyed them, as they are on PS5 Pro. Now I'm definitely getting a PS5 Pro, and I will definitely throw away my PS5 because there everything looks choppier and the control is less responsive. Welcome PS5 Pro, I'm grateful.